Welcome to episode number 3 of Red Ink. Red Ink, a podcast sponsored by the Advocates for D20 Kids, a coalition of parents here in Academy School District 20 in Colorado Springs, where I live. And I want to get right into it today because I got a lot to talk about. So if you saw the last episode, and if you haven't, just click over there and watch it, episode number 2. I showed the speech that I gave at a Colorado Springs school board last year that kind of launched me into school board activism and got me onto this radar. If you haven't seen that speech, and most of you probably have, it's easy to find. And then I talked to you about how much hate I got from the left in America and in our local community over that speech. I still get it to this day. I get hate mail to this very day. And if you ever go and find it anywhere online and read through the comments, you can see what the people on the left think of me and of that speech. Very easy to research. They hate my guts. They can't stand me. And I told you last episode that I want to talk to you in this episode about my children. And I'm going to. Now, this isn't just me boasting about my kids, which is exactly what I'm about to do. But stick with me because there's a point to be made here that's very, very important. Now, my wife and I have 3 children, and they're incredible. They're I'm going to try to describe them, but it's impossible to do them justice. It really is. They are the most intelligent, well-balanced, emotionally stable, self-confident. They're just amazing people. So here goes with our oldest. So we've got boy, girl, boy. Our oldest, he graduated from the United States Air Force Academy in 2018. He knew from a very young age that he wanted to go to the academy. So he prepared his life in junior high school and in high school to be accepted into the academy. He took a very challenging academic load at the classical academy where our kids go to school. I'm going to do an entire podcast on TCA because this place is just amazing. But at TCA, first of all, you need a 93 to get an A in that school, not a 90. It's one of the top 10% of schools in the country academically. So at TCA, he took a very challenging academic load to get his resume ready to apply to the academy. Physics, calculus, chemistry, okay, this type of stuff. He was vice president of his class all 4 years. He was in Civil Air Patrol where he earned the Amelia Earhart Award. If you don't know what that is, the Amelia Earhart Award is to CAP like becoming an Eagle Scout. It is very difficult, very challenging. You got to study hard and do a lot of work to earn that thing. I believe our oldest son, on his certificate, they stamped the number. I think he's number 19,150, something like that. So he's like the 19,000th person in the country to ever earn that award in the history of the country. And I think about 160th in Colorado. He was a runner. All our kids are athletic. All of our kids played musical instruments. They're all very talented. He retired, I believe, at the end of his high school career. He had 9 state medals. State champion in this. Just an amazing. And being a distance runner is a commitment of time, right? There's only one way to become good at cross country and at distance running, and that's to put in your hours. So while he was doing all that, he was working on the camera crew at church, on the media team at church. He volunteered time to work for a local ministry that takes in decrepit bicycles, repairs them, and then gives them to the homeless. He did all these things in high school. And at the end of his high school career, he had a 3.8 something GPA. The big brain schools, Stanford and all those, Harvard and what have you, they all wanted him for his grades and test scores. The jock schools, Arizona and Texas and UCLA, they all wanted him for his athletic ability, but he wanted to go to the United States Air Force Academy. He graduated the academy in 2018, went from there, was accepted into pilot school. Went to pilot school, graduated that in 2020, and he is currently stationed at Fairchild Air Force Base, where he flies KC-135s for a living for the Air Force. He has no debt. other than his mortgage. He purchased his first house at 24 years old. He's currently 26. At 24, he bought a house, a very nice 3-bedroom, 3-bath house in Spokane, Washington. His cars, he's got a little crotch rocket, a little Subaru WRX, and a pickup truck, bought them both with cash. He has a captain's paycheck, which, I mean, you're not becoming a millionaire, but pretty good money for a 24, 25, 26-year-old. Right? And he is so well prepared for the future. Whenever he calls it quits with the Air Force, when he ends his career as an Air Force aviator, he'll be able to walk across the street to Delta, Southwest, FedEx, whatever, and walk right into a very, very lucrative and rewarding career. Incredible young man. Okay, that's the short story on him. Our daughter, our middle child, is 22. She just turned 22 earlier this month. She graduated college last December. So if you do the math on that, she graduated college at 21. She earned a 4-year bachelor's degree from Colorado Mesa University in 2.5 years, in just 5 semesters. Because she earned so many college credits in high school, she took college courses concurrently with high school courses, that she earned 56 college credits in high school. And she had an overall grade point average of 4.3 and an in-college grade point average of 3.88. So 100% of her credits transferred over. So she stepped on college campus a second semester sophomore. She worked 3 different jobs during her time in college, the last of which was an internship for a regional bank. When she graduated, that bank hired her. So she came home for Christmas. She graduated December 18th or something like that, came home and spent Christmas with us, went back to Grand Junction where she went to school, and went straight to work. And she just texted her mom and I the other day. They did her 1-year review, her annual review. Her boss couldn't find one thing to criticize her over, gave her a promotion and a raise. She's 22 years old, doesn't have a nickel of debt, of education debt. Neither of our kids do. Has a very responsible position with a regional bank. She earned a bachelor's degree in 2.5 years. And in high school, she too was the same thing. Student council. She played trumpet. All our kids played musical instruments in high school. All of our kids very athletic. She was a state qualifier in the high jump. She's a jumper. Just an incredible young lady. It's just beautiful. Just an amazing child. And then our youngest, our 18-year-old, is still in high school. He has been class president 4 years in a row. He is on path to be the valedictorian of his class. We don't know the exact numbers, but his grade point average, 4.3, 4.4, something like that, probably has him getting ready to be the valedictorian. He's never gotten anything other than an A in his life. I think his worst grade ever was a 92, his worst score. All of the test scores that our kids take, the national standardized test, all that stuff, they're always top 5%. He is taking advanced placement physics. He is taking, in fact, he's going to graduate, I believe, with the highest grade point average possible at the Classical Academy, because he will have taken all of the advanced placement classes that school offers and gotten A's in all of them. He also is a distance runner. He is the state champion, boys cross country, boys 3A cross country. He won that championship in November, and now track season is about to start. Last year he was the runner-up in the 3 distance events, 800 meter, 1600 meter, 3200 meter. He finished in second place as a junior in all 3 of them. So it stands to reason he could rule the roost and win them all too. He'll graduate with more college, high school medals than his brother even, as a runner. And he also plays band, and he plays in the praise and worship band at church. He plays 3 instruments, percussion, bass, and keyboards, self-taught. He referees soccer for a paycheck, and he's just an incredible human being. Both of our boys were in Civil Air Patrol. They both earned the Amelia Earhart Award. The Amelia Earhart Award just went through with my oldest. My youngest earned it too. Earned it, I think, as a sophomore. I mean, he did it fast. These are they're just incredibly well-adjusted people. Confident, self-assured, loaded with self-esteem, outgoing. They're just amazing. And our youngest is going to attend the Colorado School of Mines. He's been accepted into one of the most difficult engineering schools in the country. He's going to go to Colorado School of Mines on both academic and athletic scholarships. And he's going there this coming fall to study and get a degree in quantum physics. Okay, so there's the short story on our kids. I could go on and on. If I were to take a camera and show you the awards lining the walls of their bedrooms, it would blow your mind. Our youngest is a Sertoma Award winner, a Billy Mitchell Award winner, an Amelia Earhart Award winner. They all have 4 years, all academic state honors from CHASA, the Colorado High School Athletic Association. They all earn those all 4 years, meaning you have to earn a letter in your sport and maintain a grade point average above, I think, 3.5. They've all done that all 4 years. They're just amazing. Now, here's why I did all that boasting on our kids. It's not to say, look at me and what a great parent I am, or look at my kids and how great they are. That's not the point. I already told you the leftists in this country and in this community can't stand me. They can't stand me. They hate my guts. Those same people claim that one of their highest priorities in life is helping black Americans. They see systemic racism baked into our country, baked into our society. They see all these problems that blacks have succeeding and getting ahead, and they want to help. Well, if that's true, you'd think that those people, I'd be the first one they'd call, right? Rather than criticizing and expressing how much they can't stand me, you'd think that Defense of Democracy and progressive parents of District 20 and all these other progressive groups anywhere in the country, they'd call me to come speak to their organizations. When they have a dinner and they're looking for a keynote speaker, you think that I'd be the one they'd want. I've shown that it can be done. I've done it. I'm doing it. I am raising successful young black people. So, I mean, the conservative organizations, they call me to come speak all the time. I've never had a leftist organization call me even once. The very ones who claim that their mission, or one of their missions, is to assist in the plight of black Americans, to get us on equal footing, one way or another, they're the ones who cannot stand people like me. And I say people like me because here in my local community, myself, Kendrick Davis, Mike Jones, Deborah Hendricks, Calvin Johnson, we're all over the place. We've raised successful young black people who are in either succeeding academically or they are post-academic and they are growing and flourishing in whatever vocational field they're in today, or they're doing well in college. All of us, we're all the same. We're doing exactly what the left says they want to see done. And as a result, the left hates our guts. Can't stand us, would rather drink sand than talk to us. How do you explain that? Well, I'll tell you how to explain that. It's very simple. Because the truth is, it isn't about helping blacks. It's about the promotion of an ideological belief system. You see, I'm a conservative. I don't stand with them ideologically. And since I don't stand with them ideologically, then I don't matter. Then I'm the enemy. The fact that I'm doing exactly what they claim they want done, producing black people who can succeed in this country, is secondary. It isn't even secondary. It's a distant 15th. Because you don't agree with us ideologically, because you don't stand where we stand on the political spectrum. The fact that you are doing exactly what we claim we want done is out the window. That's the facts. That's the truth. We aren't with them politically. We aren't with them ideologically. And that is more important in their eyes than fulfilling the mission of helping black America come up a couple of pegs. They'll never admit this, but the evidence is undeniable.